Uh, Thank you, everyone. Greetings from Myanmar, and thank you, Cindy and Jane, for giving me the opportunities to share our staff engagement survey that was conducted last November. Um, so the first is our what has TLM Myanmar then addressed to is with the engagement survey. Uh, One of the things that I would like to share is the things to celebrate. Like uh, we have about 100% of the respondents of the survey, and and when we start to communicate for the survey, and everyone responded on time. So yeah, it has been a really smooth process, and amazingly, over 50% of the respondents they did fill in the text questions also. And another positive things is like uh, they are very positive, like 96% positive on uh, for the organizations. They are willing to put extra effort, and 94% positive, or my job allows me to make good use of my skills, and also the missions has strong values which are put into practice. So these are the most positive points from the surveys. And with the positive points, we do have some of the negative one also. And the key areas of feedback which are most negative and lower results were the communications, uh, to, to have the regular communications. We hope that we have more transparency, and the performance management, the leaderships of the organizations being giving regular feedback. These are the negative points, and that is what TLM Myanmar we need to address too. And when I recalled, like in November, at that time, TLM is a time of a crisis, also crisis. Like um, we are on the process of the retrenchment. Also, like we did have 50% reductions of the staff also at that time. In some of the project areas and some of the townships, we have the process of phasing out. So there were a lot of uncertainties among the staff also. And I think this really reflects what there's in the surveys also. So how have we communicate this? Yeah. Uh, when we got the survey result in January, I think, yeah. So in the LSOT meetings, that was the agenda, and all the senior teams and the head of the departments of each teams, we to go through the survey results and then discuss on each point also. And then in February, we have our annual country landing in last week of February. So uh, we have the opportunities to meet with all the key staff from different project areas, and also our local advisory board. All of them are there also. So we do have the opportunities to share the survey results to all of the key persons and the board members. And we have our discussion sections, feedback sessions, where each category of the results were discussed, and we have the opportunities to listen to the comments and advice from our board members, and also from the field teams. Their points and their inputs are very valuable. Yeah, this is our process of what we have communicated. And my last slide, like this is what initiatives or actions that we have taken. So I have listed out 3 groups here. First, we know that we have the communications, feedback, performance management that the points are negative, then we should address too. So we started with the establishment of the proper communications channel, like making sure that everyone and in the field office also have the internet connections. And although we do all the staff have their like emails and telephone, we make sure that everyone is actively using it. And the SharePoints, we do have our own SharePoints. So we did follow up and teach everyone how to use it and how to always look at for the updates there. And the group messengers are there, text message are there. And especially nowadays with COVID, we have the Zoom meetings to all the levels are there also. And even with our partners and beneficiaries, we are doing this also. And then the trainings, the online trainings and communications. Some trainings we have already been conducted, like trainings on communications, and especially during the COVID, like psychological support trainings. And as we are using a lot of social medias and virtual communications, we did go through trainings on uh, uh, the social media's ethics. And we have to plan to have the trainings on the capacity development of the staff, like leadership development. We will go by level from their line leaders, supervisory supervision level to the teams. And then the communications, we try to make sure that communication is taking place, everyone in their calendar, like the twice a week on telephone conversations and follow up. Yeah, daily briefing or updates are there, and one-to-one, and then the group meetings, the feedback sections. And yeah, we try to have all the different levels of the staff with their own groups have a regular communications, like break it down by departments, locations. So they could build the trust and communications with the line leaders first, and then from the line leaders to the team member. So this is what we have been, the initiatives that we have been taking place at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Say. Thank you for sharing. I know, like you said, thank you for sharing that it hasn't been an easy time for Myanmar because of the retrenchment and that kind of maybe impacted on the survey. So thank you for being so honest and open. And it looks like you've already taken a lot of really, really good initiatives around communication. So well done on all that Myanmar has done in the last 6 months on that. It's been fantastic.